Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive, where we uncover the most fascinating scientific discoveries you don't want to miss. Today, we're diving into the latest breakthroughs in bioinformatics, ready to explore the future of healthcare.
Buckle up because it's moving at an incredible pace.
Okay, we've got a couple of intriguing articles from genomics, proteomics, and bioinformatics to start us off. One looks at biclonal gammopathy.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. It's basically a condition where they're looking at unusual patterns in proteins in the blood.
Oh, I see. So using large string typing to analyze these patterns.
Exactly. And this could be huge for diagnosing and monitoring certain diseases.
And the second article, what caught your eye there?
Oh, it's a fascinating look at whether family members of individuals with Crohn's disease share specific microbial markers.
Interesting. So kind of digging into those genetic and environmental factors behind autoimmune diseases.
It's really getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Now let's shift gears to Nature.com's computational biology and bioinformatics feed. This is where things get really exciting.
Get ready to have your mind blown.
First up, generative language reconstruction from brain recordings. This is like something straight out of science fiction.
Right. They're using AI to decode brain activity and then reconstruct the language a person is thinking. It's wild.
Wow. So like actual mind reading. Think about the potential for those who have lost their ability to speak.
Exactly. Stroke victims, people with injuries, this could give them their voice back.
Next up, multimodal histopathologic models stratify hormone receptor-positive early breast cancer.
Okay, this one is all about using advanced imaging techniques to analyze tumor biopsies at an incredibly detailed level. It's amazing.
More personalized and effective treatment plans.
Absolutely.
Okay, this one's pretty exciting. Screening of common genomic biomarkers to explore common drugs for the treatment of pancreatic and kidney cancers with type 2 diabetes through bioinformatics analysis.
It's a long one.
It's a mouthful, but it's essentially about finding existing drugs that could be repurposed to treat these cancers.
Like a shortcut to new therapies.
Yeah. Think of it like finding hidden treasures in our existing medicine cabinet. Love that. Okay, pre-trained convolutional neural networks identify Parkinson's disease from spectrogram images of voice samples really stood out to me.
Oh, yeah. AI is really taking center stage here.
So they're using AI to analyze changes in a person's voice to detect Parkinson's disease early.
Yeah, and early detection is key for managing this disease.
So just imagine getting screened for Parkinson's with a simple voice recording.
It could revolutionize how we diagnose and treat this disease.
Wow. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're really just scratching the surface of what's happening in bioinformatics.
It's a rapidly evolving field with the potential to change the face of healthcare as we know it.
Agreed. Let's take a quick break and then we'll dive into even more groundbreaking research.
It's incredible to think we've only just begun to see the potential of AI in diagnostics and drug discovery. Bioinformatics is so much more than that.
Absolutely. There's a whole universe to uncover. What about the microbiome? Any cool research happening there?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's this study using advanced sequencing techniques to examine the microbiome of wheat roots.
Wheat roots. Why would scientists be so interested in that?
Turns out those microbes are essential for the health of the plant and how it absorbs nutrients.
So understanding those tiny organisms could help us develop more sustainable agricultural practices.
Precisely. It really shows how interconnected everything is.
I was also really intrigued by this article. Dissecting tumor cell programs through group biology estimation in clinical single-cell transcriptomics.
They're really going deep on this one, looking at the intricacies of cancer at the cellular level.
Wow. And by analyzing those individual tumor cells, they're hoping to find specific vulnerabilities.
Right. The goal is to create more targeted therapies that attack those weaknesses. It's personalized medicine taken to a whole new level.
Speaking of personalized medicine, any breakthroughs in sepsis treatment?
Well, there's this study using machine learning to predict which patients with septic shock will respond best to a specific treatment. It's all about tailoring treatment to an individual's needs for the best possible outcome.
It's amazing how bioinformatics is making its mark everywhere, from the depths of the soil to the complexities of the human body.
And it doesn't stop there. It's extending to our oceans, too.
Oh, yeah. I saw an article about using DNA metabarcoding to assess marine zooplankton biodiversity.
That's a cool one. That technology lets scientists identify and quantify species in a water sample just by analyzing their DNA.
So it's like a snapshot of the ocean's health.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool for monitoring the impact of things like climate change on marine life.
We've also seen AI making waves in thyroid cancer diagnosis, right?
Right. Researchers have developed a system using large language models to analyze medical records. They can actually predict cancer stage and risk level with impressive accuracy.
It's pretty amazing how AI is being integrated to so many different areas of medicine.
Absolutely. But it's not just about AI. There's a study out there that combines computational modeling with human perception. They're trying to understand how we locate sounds.
Oh, that's fascinating. How does that even work?
They're looking at the interplay between the brain and the ears. It has implications for improving hearing aids and virtual reality experiences.
I see. So making those experiences more immersive and realistic.
Exactly. And speaking of AI, there's another article about using pre-trained transformers to improve predictions of treatment efficacy in clinical trials.
Okay, so using AI to analyze clinical data and predict which patients will benefit most from certain treatments,
That's the idea. It could revolutionize drug development, make it faster, more efficient.
which means life-saving therapies get to the patients who need them sooner. I like that. What about research into neurodegenerative diseases? Any progress on things like age-related macular degeneration and Parkinson's?
Researchers are really digging into the role specific cell types play in the development of these diseases.
So very fundamental research, but it could lead to new therapeutic approaches down the line.
Exactly. It's laying the groundwork for future breakthroughs.
It's incredible how much we're learning about the brain and how these diseases affect it.
It's a rapidly evolving field.
There was also an article about a specific type of RNA modification. I think it was linked to fatty liver disease.
Yeah, that one is interesting. The research could lead to new strategies for preventing and treating this condition, which is becoming increasingly common.
This next one really caught my eye. In silico exploration of novel EGFR targeting compounds, integrative molecular modeling, docking, pharmacokinetics, and MD simulations for advancing anti-cervical cancer therapeutics. Quite a mouthful.
It's essentially using computer simulations to design and test new drugs that target a protein involved in cervical cancer.
So it's like virtual drug development. It's incredible how technology is accelerating the discovery process.
And it is. And this approach isn't just limited to cancer research either.
What other applications are there?
Well, there's a study focused on developing algorithms that can detect pulmonary embolisms in CT scans.
That could have a huge impact on patient care. Faster diagnosis, faster treatment.
Exactly. And finally, there's a research team investigating a potential new drug target for Staphylococcus aureus.
Oh, that nasty bacteria. The one that's resistant to so many antibiotics.
That's the one. With the growing threat of antibiotic resistance, this research couldn't be more critical.
We've covered so much ground today, from the microbiome and personalized medicine to the battle against antibiotic resistance.
Bioinformatics is such a diverse and dynamic field.
It's truly mind-blowing how much progress is being made.
Combining biology, computation, and data analysis is proving to be incredibly powerful.
Absolutely. Let's squeeze in a few more fascinating studies before we wrap things up. Bioinformatics analysis of the in silico engineered protein vaccine, with and without Escherichia coli, heat labile enterotoxin adjuvant on the model of Klebsiella pneumonia. That one definitely caught my attention.
It's a mouthful, right? But it's all about using computer modeling to design a more effective vaccine.
And why is that bacterium so important? I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Klebsiella pneumonia, it's a major culprit in hospital-acquired infections, and those can be really tough to treat.
So a new vaccine could really make a difference.
It would be a game changer for sure.
Okay, and lastly, we have pre-trained convolutional neural networks identify Parkinson's disease from spectrogram images of voice samples. Didn't we already talk about using AI to diagnose Parkinson's?
Yeah, we did. But this study explores a slightly different approach. It's using voice recordings to detect the disease.
So instead of looking at brain activity, they're analyzing those subtle changes in vocal pattern.
That's right. It could potentially lead to a much simpler and more accessible diagnostic tool.
It's incredible to think that one day we might be able to screen for Parkinson's with just a smartphone app.
The future of healthcare is looking pretty amazing.
We've taken a deep dive into a world of groundbreaking research.
From AI-powered diagnostics and vaccine development to the exploration of the microbiome, it seems the possibilities are truly endless.
Bioinformatics is driving an era of unprecedented scientific discovery. It's a privilege to be able to witness these breakthroughs as they happen.
And the implications for improving human health and understanding the world around us are profound.
So keep exploring, stay curious, and join us next time for another deep dive.